This is your boy Mark.
And your girl Mona.
And we got another money moment for you guys today. We're going to be focusing on auto loans this time around. Auto. So before we get into this episode, we're going to talk about the current car buying experience. So due to COVID-19, aka coronavirus, aka Rona, a lot of dealerships have had to adjust. Yeah, I was getting there.
Oh, sorry.
I was getting there. Have had to adjust to the current state of affairs. So a lot of dealerships are moving towards a online style of where you can initiate a purchase of a vehicle. They'll even so you can complete the whole process, and they'll even deliver the vehicle to your house, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, that is. But yeah, because I was looking on this. I guess this is unrelated, but it is related. I was looking on Instagram the other day. Rick Ross had a Humvee, like a big.
I didn't know they still made those.
Well, it wasn't a Humvee. It was a not a Bentley, a Rolls Royce, but it was a truck. I feel like I'm wrong, but it was camouflage, and they were dropping it off at his house. It was like a tank. So that's what they do. Like places like Carvana. I always remember Carvana because they have those cars in like that tower of glass when I'm on the highway.
Yeah, it's like a car vending machine.
Yeah, exactly. Drop down.
So Carvana is an example of a dealership that's using this current business model, or they actually have this as a business model where they actually will deliver.
Yeah, that's exactly the post I'm talking about.
Oh, that is it.
Look at that. It's a Maybach.
Maybach military
That's
Humvee.
crazy. Right there.
Yeah.
That's
So yeah, dealerships are, letting you do the whole entire process. You don't even have to, go to the site. You can just, go to the website. They even some websites even have where you can, compare pricing. And you can, do the loan on the website, all that, and they'll deliver it to your house. You don't even have to leave.
Sit on your couch. Finish the whole car buying process.
Yes. All right, guys. So now we're gonna jump right on into it. Auto loans. So Mona, what auto loans? What should people know before they go out there?
All right. So we're gonna start with the bare basics. We ain't gonna talk about cars right now. We're just gonna talk about. So normally with a car, it's a major decision, and it's something that you need to think about. Because normally a vehicle is the first big purchase for any individual. You're gonna buy a car normally before you buy a house. So before you get a mortgage, you're gonna finance a car. So it's something that you need to think about, that you need to process, make sure it fits in your budget and things like that. And so we're just bringing it back to your financial goals and what you really, what you want to,
What your value?
Yes.
What your values are? We've talked about that before.
Yes, we have. So you won't be sitting in a car like, man, all I have is I'm just paying money all towards this car. You want to be satisfied with your purchase. So, like for instance, my first big purchase was a vehicle. I didn't have money to pay for it, so I financed it.
What kind of car was it?
Well, my first car that I actually financed was a Chrysler Sebring. When I was in school, my parents got me like a 1998 Honda Accord.
Love Hondas.
Yeah, I drove it till like the wheels fell off. And just know when you are purchasing a car or financing a car, so normally since it's a big purchase, you might finance it for 36 months, 48 months, or even 60 months. I wouldn't recommend going over 60 months, but I mean, you can go up to 72 or 96 months that you're financing that car. So that's a long-term goal in the long run. So that's something that can affect your finances for at least 3 years, that you're making a monthly payment to something. So that's why it's really important that you are fitting it in your budget, because that's something that's going to be in your budget for a long period of time.
Yeah, so generally the common I guess loan period is what, between like 5 to 6 years that vehicles are financed, and so that's a lot of money that's actually going into what is called a depreciating asset, which means that it loses value over time. And so not only are you paying on the loan for that extended period, but interest is also involved within that. And so we're not going to get into it right now, but the term is called negative equity, which basically means you owe more than what the car is worth, right? So you always want to make sure, prior to pursuing a new car or a used car, you want to make sure that, okay, what is my goal? Like, not only do I want to get a car so I can get from point A to point B, but I also want to pursue a higher education. I want to take trips, take a special trip somewhere. And so all of this is going to be a part of the budget, which we talked about in our episode. So go back to those episodes.
Back in the day.
This particular item is a major part, and it could consume majority of your budget if you're not doing the numbers ahead of time. It's something I learned the hard way. But
just like people say you don't want to be house poor, you don't want to be car poor either. So I mean, a lot of times, especially down south where we live, a car is a necessity because we don't have a lot of public transportation, or at least reliable public transportation. There's some you can take buses in different places, but you can't get where you need to go. And I know there is Uber or Lyft, but at the same time, that can get expensive. Say you're spending like $20 a day. So that's $20 one way. So $40 a day for every day of the week that you go to work. That's a lot that you're spending that you could maybe be putting towards a car payment.
Right.
So it is important that you fit that kind of thing in your budget. So say you're buying a car and you know that the monthly payments is going to be $100, then you need to know that you can't afford that $100 every month. Like if that's not something affordable, then maybe you need to get a less expensive car. Or if that is affordable, then that'll stay in my budget and then I can afford it. I won't get stuck with something that just make me sit in the house all day because I can't go anywhere else in my car that I just got.
So not only should you think about the $100 payment, but also insurance, car insurance and property tax that's due every year.
Right.
Depending on the type of car you have, will put you in a tax bracket.
Yeah, so even with insurance on your vehicle, a lot of times the younger you are, the more expensive your insurance is going to be because you have less driving experience. And then that's another thing that factors into that car insurance is your credit score. If you have a lower credit score, that insurance companies equate that to having a higher risk because, apparently your credit score is everything. But anyways, they equate that you having a higher risk, so that could have you having a higher payment as well for your auto insurance. So a lot of times when you're younger, your auto insurance can be up to like $400 a month. So that's something that you need to think about when you are buying a vehicle, and it depends on what type of vehicle you choose as well, like Chargers or things like that. They might have a higher risk. Yeah, so that as well, it can make your insurance higher. And then like you said, with property taxes, depending on what kind of vehicle, like I was even shocked myself. I went from having like a Chrysler Sebring, it's a 2-door convertible. My property taxes was like maybe like a little less than 100. Then I got a Nissan Rogue, which is like a smaller SUV, and I got my property taxes. I was like $260, and it was just something that I had to adjust to in my budget because I was like, man, I'm not used to paying this. But that's a bill that's going to come up every year that you're going to have to pay.
Right. So these are all the things that you need to consider prior to going, even starting the process of buying a car. Also, getting into, the needs versus wants aspect. Like, we're human beings, and so sometimes you want certain types of things. But the thing is it gonna be affordable for you? You know, you don't want to stretch yourself thin to where you're penny pinching. You always want to have money left over that you can save or put towards your investment account or anything like that. So separate your needs from your wants. I mean, you need a car. You're gonna need a car to get to work. But do you need to have that extra feature? Do you need to have that the SUV? Right. Or will you be safe with just getting a sedan? You know, will you be safe with getting just a used car versus getting the 2020, XL plus V6?
All the
all the bells and whistles. So just before you go out there, just separate. Get a sheet of paper, sit down, calculate everything, and also look at it psychologically. Like, okay, is this something I really need, and is this gonna stretch me thin? Am I gonna have money left over?
Right, exactly. And I mean, your needs will change throughout your life. Like for you, example, like when y'all had Kingston, you're like, all right, we need a bigger vehicle. Yeah. So that's why y'all got an SUV. And then you're planning on having.
How'd you know that?
I be knowing, that's why. But things like that, life changes that happen where you might need a bigger vehicle at that time. And then at that time as well, that was something that was affordable for you guys. Right. Y'all have 2 incomes now. You are making more than what you used to make. So that was something that could fit within your budget. So there's things you have to think about. So say, for instance, maybe you were driving for Uber or Lyft. You have to have a certain year of a vehicle. You have to make sure that it's a 4-door, because I don't think you can do convertibles with those. So if you're doing something like that, you need to have that in mind when you're going out to look for a vehicle. Or even if some people want to use their vehicle for work, so they might need a truck. So that's important to think about, just what you need versus what you want. Like, I might want a remote starter or sunroof. I want navigation, but that might not be something I need.
That'll put you over.
Right, exactly, because some of those options can add more that you're paying for the vehicle.
Right.
And a good thing to help maybe like compare prices, you can go like Kelley Blue Book. You can go online. Also NADA, they have a website you can go to. There's also one called Edmunds you can go to. You can look up the year, make, and model of the vehicle, and they can tell you a good price range, like a clean retail value, a rough trade-in value, and things like that. So you can compare when you go to the dealership, so you're not getting like a bad deal when you go.
Yes. So guys, bottom line is have a good understanding of where you are financially before you go pursue a car.
Right.
There's plenty of resources out there. There's plenty, calculators out there that you can use to calculate your monthly payment. Consider insurance, taxes, unexpected, expenses such as a flat tire. Know your needs versus your wants. And once you have all of that intact, go ahead and shop around. Use the websites Mona just mentioned to help you make your informed decision. All right, guys, catch us next go around on Money Moments with your boy Mark
and your girl Mona.
Yeah.
Peace.